I'm gonna go even lower effort today, so I don't feel like turning off the fan. I don't feel like doing anything today, but it seems like motivation comes from really weird places as of late. Like yesterday, I was having a feeling that, general overwhelmedness in the morning, and the day ended up being one of the best days I'd had in a while. And today I'm starting what feels like it should be like the follow-up where all the residual badness goes for the previous day that never happened. And it's feeling pretty good. Like, it's feeling better than I've felt in a while, but there's still a nagging feeling at the side of my head saying that I'm not actually feeling it, or that I'm not able to be feeling it, or that there is some sort of backlog, as it were, of negative emotion trying to cut in, as it were. Things are really strange. I guess that seems to be the common denominator in my life, is that things are bizarre, rarely as they seem, and oftentimes can be different than what I thought they were, I think is what it actually is. It's not so much that they're actually strange, it's that I'm having to actually put thought and effort into doing things, which I'm not used to. Call me a privileged brat, if you'd like, but I'm used to being able to put in the minimal amount of effort and still make enough progress that people will, cheer me on for it. And I'm finally encountering a couple of things, very few things, mind you, where I'm having to put in more than zero effort, and and I'm rebelling against it because I'm a child at heart. Where other people are probably infuriated by the privileges that I have and the fact that they have to work so hard just to get to my baseline, and I'm just coasting here and still complaining about things because, well, perspective is everything, isn't it? So if you have all but one thing, you'll start being upset about the one thing that you don't have rather than being thankful for the things that you do, as it were. And where I sit right now is exceptionally privileged. It's not perfect. I don't think anyone really has a perfect life, and I think that the letting go of that idea is probably one of the strongest ways for me to grow and move forward. It's realizing that I don't know how to predict the future as much as I kept thinking that I could. The reason that I kept thinking that I could was because I was in a self-fulfilling prophecy loop. I was self-defeating in an attempt to control my life situation. And now I am working against that subroutine. And everything feels strange because it feels like I'm actually experiencing life for the first time. And I feel like I don't know what to do with it, and that it is in hands that are incapable of doing the right thing. But I think perhaps there's a certain freedom to not knowing what you have, and also being able to relax to an extent because you don't realize the importance of what you're doing. So it's become the skillful art of self-deception, but in a different direction, because I'm used to deceiving myself saying negative things, where if we're going by the more psychological version of negative, it is the lack of something rather than the badness of something. So if we are to remove expectation, for instance, life becomes significantly better, because most suffering is rooted in expectation. So instead of trying to say this is what it is or this is what it should be, I'm simply letting what is be what it is, or at least trying to. It's turning out to be difficult in some times and easy in others. And I'm trying to, I guess, figure out why it is. And I think that it's also a false feeling of control that is the difference. It's the desire to have control over a situation that I don't have control over, trying to take root and trying to say this should be something, and making me act a very different way, as if I am comfortable with a situation, therefore don't need to treat it with any care. And that is a very, very, very scary train of thought for anybody. Just because, you enjoy and appreciate and have something close to you that you care about and you've gotten comfortable with it doesn't mean you shouldn't treat it with care. It just becomes harder to do so because you start taking it for granted. And lately I've been exercising control over my mind in that I am able to stop taking some things for granted and realize that I have tools at my disposal that I often don't use, and dusting them off and oiling them back up and starting to use them again. It's a very liberating feeling.